Hello, it is Saturday the 28th of October and this is my latest analysis of the Lotto statistics. Now I'm looking at the chart for Guinevere and set of balls 6, and at the top I've got the latest combination that was drawn, and on this very small chart you can see that most of the numbers have not been drawn yet, or hadn't been drawn yet in the last draw, and out of the numbers that had been drawn, half of them contained 3 of the numbers that were drawn in the last draw, and the other 3 had not been drawn yet. Now, to figure out why these numbers came out, I'm just going to expand the chart and have a look at the bigger picture. Okay, so let's start by looking at just the machine that was used, which was Guinevere, and we'll see where the winning numbers were on that chart. Okay, that's where they were. So we've got 11, which was second most overdue, closer to the top right. We've got 49, one of the most frequent, or well, second most frequent. Now if we look at the chart for set of balls number 6, okay, and we'll see where the winning numbers were on that chart. That's where they were. So again, only second most frequent, not really all that overdue. So let's look at the entire draw history. And to do that I'll have to flip it upside down and back to front so that all the numbers fit on the chart. Now if we look at this chart and see where the winning numbers were, there's 49, second most frequent again, 58 back there because it's only been added recently, and so I'll just put the rest of the numbers back on. That's where they were. Set of balls number 6. If we look at Guinevere, this is the chart for Guinevere looking at the entire draw history. See, there's 58 back there because it's only been added recently, and this is where the rest of the winning numbers were on that chart. So I've got 11, second most overdue on that again, so none of them are like the most outstanding. Now if we look at Guinevere and set of balls 6 together, so we've got half of the most recently added numbers not drawn yet on this chart. 11, second most overdue, and this is where the rest of the winning numbers were. So I've got second most frequent, second most overdue. So let's look at the individual numbers then. In fact, let's just narrow it down to just the 4 machines and 8 sets of balls that have been in use since the numbers in the 50s were added. And now let's look at those numbers. Start with 58. On the chart for 58, you can see that 11 was the most overdue, along with number 10. If we narrow it down even further, just looking at the two machines that were used, see 11 and 10 still there. Actually, let's not do that. Let's look at where the other winning numbers were on the chart paired with 58. So all of them on the slow side. Okay, let's look at the chart for 49 and see where the winning numbers were. That's where they were. So not really much to go on that chart. Let's look at number 37. Okay, number 37, the chart for numbers paired with that number looks like this. This is where the winning numbers were. Let's try number 11. And where were the winning numbers on that chart? Okay, that's where they were. And 58, obviously, not being drawn yet. Number 3. That's where the winning numbers were. And number 1. That's where they were on that chart. So that doesn't really tell me much. If you look at set of balls number 6, which was the set of balls that was used, see where the winning numbers were. So we've got 11, one of the most overdue with number 1. If you look at number 3, nothing. Number 11, so we've got 49, one of the most frequent. Look at 37, set of balls number 6. That's what that chart looks like. We've got 49. That's where the winning numbers were on that chart. 58. Smaller chart because it's only been used recently. That's what that looks like. Can't really see much because it's too small. Okay, let's just look at Guinevere then. See how the numbers paired up in Guinevere. So we've got 49. Ah, here we go. Here's something. Here's something interesting. Number 3, looking kind of overdue for its frequency with 49. And machine Guinevere. Now if we look at 37, nah, no on that. 11, again nothing. Number 3, I expect 49 will be overdue for its frequency with that, because it was on same on the chart for 49. And if we look at chart for number 1 in Guinevere, that's where the numbers are on that chart. So not really many clues as to why these numbers came out in this draw. Very random result, very unpredictable. So anyway, now I'm going to predict some numbers. Well, I've already predicted them, but I'll tell you what my prediction is. Right, this is a chart looking at just the recent history. Okay, these are the 4 machines and 8 sets of balls that have been used recently. And if I if I show you the chart for all machines and all sets of balls, it'll be identical. See, there you go, identical, because that's the chart summarises only the machines and sets of balls that have been used, and they're the only ones that have been used since draw 2066. Anyway, now that the most recent numbers have been drawn, this is what the chart looks like. So on this chart you can see 23 is now the most overdue, and the one that's most overdue for its frequency, nearest to top right corner, is number 2. We've got 54 is the most frequent, and if we narrow it down to the even more recent trend, where we're just looking at Guinevere and Lancelot and sets of balls 5, 6, 7 and 8, then now you can see 28 is the most overdue, 23 still looking a bit overdue for its frequency. Now number 2 is not as outstanding as it were before. The most frequent now appears to be 58. And we've got something interesting going on here with 34 and 16 both in the same square, so that's an unlikely scenario. So probably one of these numbers will be drawn, and I think it will most likely be 16, because if we look at the chart for 28 and the entire draw history, there's 16, there's 2, there's 23, all on the overdue for the frequency side. So the numbers that I'm picking are going to be these numbers. 23, remember, is most overdue since draw 2066. 28 is most overdue in the more recent history, going on the current trend. So 23 and 28 together seems like they're going to come out together pretty soon. 16 with 28, so nice little 4 numbers there to pick. Now if you look at the other number that's most overdue since draw 2066, since the number of main numbers went up to 59, see there's 28, one of the most frequent, 16 most frequent as well, and I've got some of these other numbers like 47, and the interesting thing about number 23 as well, especially paired with number 2, I'll just flip this round. Okay, number 2 and 23 most frequent together. This is the entire draw history, looking at all machines and all sets of balls, right? So 23 and 2 very strong, 23 and 28, these are most overdue ones at the moment. 16 frequent with these. Where's 16 on this chart? Let's have a look. I don't see it. Oh yeah, I do. So not particularly outstanding on this chart, but if we look at like 28 for example, see 23 most frequent with 28, 40 and 2, there we go, look, frequent with 28. Now I'm having number 40, and I'll show you why. This is the chart for number 40. Oh, I'm going to have to flip this upside down as well. Right, now I can see. Okay, chart for number 40, but what's most overdue? 16. And then we've got 23. 23 overdue for its frequency. And where's the other numbers? Where's 28? Look, 28 and 2 on this side, going towards this bottom left, which is the most overdue for frequency end. Now recently, I was looking at this chart and I saw number 33 was way up here somewhere. I think it was back in draw 2264 or 69, I think it were. Or it might have been earlier than that, 2263. Ah, that's the one. Yeah, I was looking at this chart and I saw where 33 was paired with 40, and because it was right up here, I knew 33 and 40 were due to come out soon, and so I put 17 lines on, all 2 number hot picks on 33 and 40. What's 17 times 60 quid? £1,020. That's how much I won. And that was because I was looking at this chart. Now I'm looking at this chart and look where 23 is. Look at that. 23 has got to come out. It has just got to. And when it does, guess what's going to come out with it? Let's have a look. 40 overdue. We've got number 3 a bit overdue for its frequency, along with 30. Number 2 most frequent. And if you saw where 2 was on the more recent history, let's have a look. More recent history, where's number 2? Look, overdue for its frequency. So 22 and 2. Did I say 22? Why did I say 22? 22, let's look at the chart for that. Strange how that happens. Right, anyway, where were I? Right. Yeah, full draw history. Right. On the chart for 23. Right, 40 most overdue. So if you look at 23 and 40 together, look where number 2 is. Now if we look at 23 and 2, look where number 40 is. That's a 3 number hot pick. 2, 23 and 40. Now if you have those 3 numbers together and they come out, that's 800 quid. 800 quid per line. Look where 16 is, overdue with these. 800 quid a line. Look, 28's there. So if you put 12 lines on, or 13 lines, that's 10 grand on a 3 number hot pick. 2, 23 and 40. So here we've got 40, 2 and 23. That's a 3 number hot pick. Oh look, there's 22. That's that strange number that popped into my head just now. I wonder what would happen if I picked it with these numbers. Anyway, let's look at the chart for 40. There's 23, 16 over there. And we'll look at the chart for, let's say, 16. Oh look, 16 and 22. That's why 22 popped into me head. I'm going to have 22. Right, that's my combination for Lotto tonight. So, that's the numbers I'm picking. What numbers you pick is up to you, obviously. And so, that's my little prediction then for tonight, and well, in general. That's what the more recent chart looks like. Let's have a look at the chart for each number. So we've got 54 most frequent with 23 and 2. And what about 40? No, not with 40. I wonder what about 28? Oh, there's 2, look. See, these numbers are strong together. It's like there's a kind of a relationship between these numbers that makes them look as though they're due to come out. So that's just my opinion anyway. So that's the conclusion of this video for now. Subscribe for the next one, and goodbye.